Hey yo, what it do, y'all? It's your boy Sue, aka the Don Suli, aka the Don Zula, aka Sula Monster, aka just reflecting on life, you know. Yeah, you just, I mean, great. I was gonna say pay per view, but it was just on Netflix. But you know, we definitely pay per view via Netflix. Remember when it was just like $3.99, and now it's out here like $29.99 just to add your family. And I don't do that. It's okay if you do, but like the bootleg, sharing with your friend and the password, because you gotta. Because if you too many people on it, you gotta ask for the code, and it's just too much communication. And I don't communicate with people like that. But nonetheless, you know, Tyson versus Jake Paul, man. Wow. Let's just go through from beginning to end. The first fight. Well, actually, let's back up. They was definitely missing Snoop Dogg. You know what I'm saying? That, you know what I'm saying, with the commentary. Cedric the Entertainer was nice with this little wicker basket hat that he had. He always comes with the hats, but I know that thing had to been cooking in there. It looked like it didn't have any stretchability. It'd have been nice, but it looked like a whisker basket that was fly. You know what I mean? Like I would have that, like a copper whisker basket at the crib, you know, to throw like my keys in and stuff like that. But he didn't really have the commentary like Snoop would have. It made me think of Cat Williams, and I'm like, man, I would love to hear Cat and what he thinks and how he would deliver things. But yeah, that was missing. Rosie Perez, wow, she's quite amazing. Still looking great. Wow. And it also made me realize, like, one of my coworkers, like, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, they got the same voice and almost kind of look identical. I was like, wow. But Rosie Perez right now, wow, looking amazing. Like, I'm like, wow, you know what I'm saying? White Man Can't Jump, great movie. I believe that's the first movie I saw some areolas, you know what I'm saying, as a child. Because I love basketball so much. I'm like, oh, let me watch the movie too. Saw areola, felt some type of way, but let's move on. Roy Jones, good commentary, because I remember like years past he would be commentating. I'm like, oh my gosh, CTE hitting hard. But he was able to, you know, do his thing. But yeah, the first fight was really just cheeks. You know, Netflix had the theme of cheeks the whole time. But yeah, the first fight was cheeks. I don't even know who was fighting, but I was looking at the weight class, and I was like, I could get in this, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how they got in there. They must have known somebody that knew somebody, but it was bad. And then the dude was gyrating on another dude, and it was just a joke. And I was like, man, what's up with this? The first cheek thing that went down. Second fight, what was that one? The two dudes, it was like a welterweight. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of like a little bit booty at first, but then as the fight went on, I was like, oh, okay, cool. And it was bleeding a lot. I know, and it was really repping WWE. It's going to be on Netflix. I know WWE's like, hey, man, this blood action, we need to get back to that, you know? A lot of blood. But that was a good match. The best match of the night was the ladies, you know, Taylor versus Serrano. You know, wow, very entertaining, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Puerto Rico, Boricua, you know what I'm saying? Wow, you know what I'm saying? The wife was really cheering that because, you know, she part Puerto Rican and everything like that. Entertaining fight. It definitely was turning around. Like when the little gash happened, I was like, oh man, is she gonna capitalize? But you know, see, she held her on. I was inspired. Where I was like, man, it don't matter if your face about to fall off, eyeball revealed from the other side, you still gotta stick it in. And I was very inspired by that. And in the end, you know, she should have won. You know what I'm saying? And when she didn't win, I liked how Netflix interviewed her, and I was like, oh my gosh, they're giving time for the people's champ to really talk to the people. Almost too much time, because then the coach got in there and then was talking smack, and I was like, oh, hey, we watching smack talk in real time. I was entertained. He looked like a shorter version of Batista, her trainer, but no, it was great, a great fight. And then it was all anticipation for like Tyson, Paul, and like I was ready. Man, the interviews beforehand, very touching when Tyson was being interviewed by his son, but then it took a turn for the ashiness, you know what I'm saying? Where like my whole family watching, we just watching like, oh man, look at that's a real moment. His son interviewing him. Oh, Tyson giving kiss on the cheek, man. Everybody from New York, they kiss their family members on the cheek. That's cool. My family's like, oh, that's real love. And then they show Tyson walking into the locker room, pan wide, and we see the ashy cheeks, the ashy aged cheeks. I'm not hating because that probably, you know, I don't want that to be in the future, but like I ain't hating, but like he didn't know. But look at Netflix trying to capitalize, like I said, on the cheeks. You know what I'm saying? The whole time. But anyhow, move past that to the actual fight. I was a little disappointed that, Tyson didn't come out to Pac. I feel like that was how you really get live with it. But he came out to X gonna give it to you and was solo dolo by himself. And then Jake Paul was trolling the whole time. He came out to In the Air of the Night, and it was just trolling. And man, I was like, is it gonna? And then Netflix crashed. It crashed, and we was all like, I was looking it up on bootleg, you know what I'm saying? And it showed up on bootleg, but then the bootleg crashed, and I could see the bootlegger on that Netflix I could see their name. It was interesting, but anyhow, then it got back, and I think it started coming back like after the first 2 minutes of the first round, when like people were probably like, oh man, like Jake is really running away, and I heard that the ring was bigger. Man, why did they do that? Come on, man. Because I seen Tyson Young back in the day as a child, box in the late 90s, and I would notice, like, if he don't knock him out in the first 1-2 rounds, then it is pretty much over, because everybody's going to run away and tactically attack and win over technicality. But anyhow, and that's what happened. Oh, man. It was tough to watch at a certain point where I was like, oh, man. And then I didn't know Tyson would bite his glove and like that. At first, I was like, oh, man, he's doing cues, because I think clearly he doesn't have the stamina. So this is a rigged fight, and how he bites his glove is how they communicate on like, hey, man, throw a little flurry. I thought Tyson was going to get a flurry, but really it was not that. They should have had a backup plan. Like, hey, man, if you really gassed, let's just trade some flurries, entertain the people. But they didn't even do that. I think Tyson was really gassed, and then I think Jake was really like, oof, I can't even hit you with that overhand right like I want to, because then the CTE, I ain't trying to have that on my heart and conscience. I believe that's what happened. And then for like maybe not 5 rounds, but 4 rounds, we were all just like, oof, is this going to be over, So yeah, Father Time wins every time. And except for with LeBron James. Shout out to LeBron James. Hopefully he can get that chip, man. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he can get that. He really take care of his body physique. I need to figure out what he doing. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully it's legal. But overall, after this match, it has me really think about life. Just like, ooh, like just do things in the moment, presently, when you're really killing it. You know what I'm saying? You can still come back with it, but in order to really make a difference in the elder years, you got to really be consistent through the younger years. You know what I'm saying? Anything is possible, but it's much better when you stay ready, so you don't have to get ready. You know what I'm saying? That's words I live by for sure. That's this your boy Sewell. Usually typically talking about the health, the wealth, and stories to tell. But just wanted to just kind of reflect on the match, and just kind of just talk this out, because I'm over here like, man, I just was expecting a different result. But in the end, it's all about just being healthy and being alive, and just, pushing the agenda to get out your comfort zone. So I'm inspired by that. So I'm going to take that and apply that to my life as well. But y'all keep doing what you're doing, and you got this, baby. Keep doing what it do.